Hey, Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I came so we could talk about a few things, okay? Just a few things over here on the quick chat. We got to talk about some of the ladies in rap, okay? Definitely got to get into that conversation. Matter of fact, I feel like most of the conversation is about the ladies in rap, okay? But first things first that I did want to highlight, let me go ahead and get some things up really quickly, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen over here with you guys. The first thing that I want to say, okay, Bell Collector. For my people that tune into Bell Collective, we will be getting into that as it will be returning in next month. It's a few shows that we're going to get into for everybody that's wondering. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that's coming up. Real Housewives of Potomac that's coming up. On Patreon, you already know how we finna get down when it comes to the Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I am debating about Bell Collective. We will be doing reviews, watch alongs, not so sure just yet, but it's guaranteed for Potomac and Salt Lake City. All right. In addition, there is another show that I have checked out. A lot of you guys have asked me to check out this show. Heart and Hustle Houston. Watch the show. Show actually is not bad. So I'm thinking about doing a season recap, like doing a season recap discussing the show is what I am thinking about at this time. All right, we shall see how that goes. I'm also thinking about maybe doing something a little special for my patrons. So leave your thoughts down below and let me know how you feeling about Heart and Hustle Houston. Whether you feel like you want to see the content, whether you don't. If you're a patron, definitely leave your thoughts down below, or you can hop over there in the message board or whatnot over there on Patreon and let me know your thoughts when it comes to this show and what you would like to see. All right, let me know all of those details down below. All right. The next thing that I want us to get into is shout out to the Wilsons, honey. Shout out to the Wilsons. For a lot of people that do not know, it appears that Sierra may have changed her son's last name. And I'm actually not mad at it. Some people might be. Because y'all always want to sit up there and blame Sierra for something other than Future, that baby daddy. Okay. But as far as this, I'm not mad at it at all, honey. Now, I want us to check out exactly what it is that was posted, right? So, her husband made this post with his family, minus their little baby girl. And it says, well, wait a minute. I think Sierra has what, 4 kids? Don't she have a little girl and a little boy? Right? Another little son. So they're not pictured here. But either way, he says Mrs. Sierra Wilson, Future Wilson, and Sienna Wilson, baby. So everybody started going crazy over that last name Wilson. Well, you know how I feel about that. Considering the fact that Future's last name, who is rapper Future, is the biological dad. Nevadius is the dad to baby Future. Okay, y'all know his last name is Wilburn, so it's given Nevadius Wilburn, whereas the name has been changed to Wilson. Okay, and I said Will. She burned that off for the son, if you get what I'm saying, okay? And now it's giving Wilson, period. I'm not mad at it. And sometimes when you have a child that, came in first, and that's the only child outside of that marriage, whereas you guys are having a big happy family, everybody has the same last name except for him, even though this man really feels like a father to him, like he's raising me, he's helping me, he's teaching me things. I look up to him more than I look up to my own dad, because I don't even see my daddy like that. Hello. My daddy got to split his time with me with his other children on top of his damn career. Okay. But anyway, Russell is like a father to this boy. And I don't even want to say is like. It's really giving Russell is his daddy. That's his father. All right. I believe Russell may have adopted him, which makes sense as to why he was given the last name Wilson. But it's not so much as Sierra gave her son a new last name or added that to his last name, because maybe his last name still is Wilburn. Maybe it's Future Wilburn Wilson. I don't know. Right. Maybe she changed it altogether, but a lot of the story is that Sierra changed the name, but it could be the fact that that is what her son wanted. So it's not so much as she changed the name. Maybe she was honoring how her child felt, her child wanting to be included, her child wanting to have the same name as his parents and his siblings. And I think that's perfectly okay. I love that for Sierra. right? When Sierra did that song, I bet she wasn't playing. I bet you start loving me. Okay, as soon as I find somebody else better than you, and it's exactly what she went on to go and do. Not only did she find somebody better for her than you, but it seemed like she may have found a better daddy for y'all child than you. Okay, so y'all can call Russell all kind of names in the book. Y'all can call him a punk or what y'all be trying to say about this man. I can't even think of all the names y'all be trying to downplay this man about. But listen, that man doing what he's supposed to do. So if that's what one of them whack men or whatever it look like, a lot of ladies will sign up for a man that got money, know how to take care of his family, and willing to accept a child outside of him. Okay. And take him on as his own. And I'm sure how Russell showed up in the marriage with Sierra was enough to let her know also, well, prior to them getting married, because of course baby Future was there, but just seeing how he treated her son made her likely want to marry him and also give him more children. Okay, and not to say that she didn't want more children her damn self, okay, but that's what's going on. So I'm here for it. They're saying that according to TMZ, Sierra, who has full custody of her 11-year-old Future with rapper Future, legally added Wilson to their son's name a few years ago. Okay, I love a low-key bitch. I love a low-key woman. She did these things very low-key. She didn't blast it all over the place. Girl, they did this a few years ago and we just not learning about it. At least I am. Okay. They go on to say, however, he still has his father's last name, Wilburn, in his full legal name. Okay. So she didn't fully disrespect, I guess, Future. Even if she would have snatched the name off, I wouldn't have gave a damn. However, maybe that's what her son wanted. Maybe her son wanted to keep his dad's last name, but also wanted to feel like he's a part of his own family by sharing his new dad's last name as well. So I'm happy for baby Future. I'm happy for baby Future, y'all. I love that he has somebody that came in and loves on his mama and loving on him too. Okay. And he is in a very, it appears to be healthy environment and not operating from dysfunction. Okay. I love that for that baby, especially after watching this Brittany Renner situation. And when we see this Brittany Renner situation, honey, she got her mama recording. They over there showing they arse and stuff. Okay, they arguing, seeing the baby emotional, seeing the baby crying and stuff, and y'all got all these heightened energies, and nobody's doing enough to to make sure the baby's okay, right? So I hate, I feel for that baby for sure. Hopefully things get better on his end too, but seeing stuff like this, I love that. I love that for Sierra. And I love that being an example for people to see a man loving, her child right, and then also loving her right too. Because I don't really hear no rumors. I mean, people be trying to say that Sierra doesn't really like Russell and all of this. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that man showed her something different than what she's ever experienced before. And I think she loves that man down, period. Okay. And you know what? I love that for Russell too. Because y'all know Russell was married to a Asian woman prior. Okay. And then they ended up getting a divorce. I think he may have had to give her some money or whatever. They never had children or anything. And shortly after that, he went black and he didn't go back. I know that's right, Russell. I know that's right. I know your mom and them over there very happy with you, honey. Okay. So there's that. Congratulations to the people. Next thing I want us to get into over here. Girl, who told y'all we wanted this? Who said we wanted this? Every time, like when I saw this video, y'all, what came to me was twerking, and that's it. In the words of Cardi B, babies, and that's it. That's all that I saw was twerking, and that's it. We didn't ask y'all for this. At one point, Latto, well, first of all, let's be clear. People watching this video may be like, well, what you talking about, Jami? Well, it appears a few days ago, things were being leaked that Latto and Ice Spice had a record that was coming. Okay. They had a song together. I believe it could have been like a little snippet that dropped. And shortly after that, like neither of the ladies were saying anything. Then we learned that there was like some type of I guess album art or something. Then we're learning they got this video. They're supposed to go on live with Kai Cenat. So they're doing this whole thing together. And you know, once upon a time, Ice Spice and Lotto appear to have been beefing with each other, taking shots at each other, whatever the case is. I guess Ice Spice and my personal realized, hey, if you can't beat them, join them. So let me join up with Lotto. Okay. My music hasn't been working out lately. So let me attach myself to Lotto, get some of her fan base, right? Let me also wow the people on my comeback. Like, wow, she's working with Lotto. They're not beefing anymore, right? And here we are. So they decided to bring us this unwanted music. Okay. The song is called "Got," and when I hear "Got," what I think about is God. And that's what I feel like they may be talking about. I heard like less than a 30, I think a 10-second snippet. I'm not even going to hold you guys. I'm not interested in hearing the song. I am not an Ice Spice fan, although I do like Lotto. I am not interested in hearing you on a track with Ice Spice at this time. And just from that snippet, it's not appealing to me. Okay. Maybe if they would have brought me something different, I would have been open to it. So I'm not really here for this musical duo. If they want to be friends, whatever. I'm not here for this particular musical track. But what I am here for, okay? What I am here for is the girls making up, right? I like that. Especially in a world of hip hop where it's always this division and it can only be one queen, it can only be one girl in this arena, you know? And I hate that the fan bases have adopted that mentality to date, right? Because before then, you had your Queen Latifahs, your MC Lights, Debrat, Lil Kim. Yeah, her and Foxy Brown may have had like they little issues or whatever the stuff was, but you had your Mia X's and your Trinas, and it was okay. It was okay. Okay. You had your Eve. Shout out to my baby Eve. Okay. There will never be another. All right. Miss Mama got into her acting bag. After getting in her acting bag, okay, she got in her man. Well, she didn't really need to get in her man bag because she already had her own money. But shoot, she got in her wife's bag and she chilled out. She sat down. But you ain't even have to do us like that. The disrespect. Okay? Depriving us. You took too much time off, but we understand it. You know, she had been working a lot, doing so many different things. She needed the break, but I didn't expect the break to be as long as it was, right? And when you take a break a little too long, the industry will kind of change on you and shift on you as well. But aside from that, like it used to be many of the ladies, I'm still feeling a way that we never got our "It's Ladies Night." Okay, we still haven't gotten our. I mean, you even had Angie Martinez on the track. Okay, it's ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on the mic. Buttercream honey. Got the sugar, got the spice, bro. Anyway, okay, you even had my girl down there too. So listen, I hate that we haven't been in that space. I hate when I do see the girls, like, you'll have Cardi B, you'll have Megan Thee Stallion, you'll have Glow all linked up, having a great time, even Lotto. I love to see that. I want to see more of that. Like, if y'all were beefing once before, it's okay. We can make up, we can forgive each other, we can move on. You know what I'm saying? So I am here for that when it comes to Lotto and Ice Spice. No longer beefing, being okay with each other, and seeing where things could go. I think it's okay to work with each other musically, but this track is not it. And it's no shade. It's my honest opinion. It's mine. I choose what I listen to and what I don't. And Ice Spice doesn't do it for me. I'm not her audience as well. And I'm fully aware of that. I'm not her audience. None of her music does it for me. Maybe the first song was cute because it was trending, but she's not my cup of tea necessarily. Right. But it doesn't mean that a lot of other people don't like her. But it was giving a little, I don't even want to say she was flopping. I'll just say a lot of people just weren't on her wave at that time. Okay. And it seems like she's trying to make a comeback. She's been pretty quiet ever since she tried to, ever since her dark skinned friend, is it Cleo Trapper or something like that? Ever since that beautiful young lady exposed to like what last year, it's just been like decline. I feel like the decline was happening a little before that. And it just continued to decline, honey. But that's where she is. She trying to make this comeback. I don't think this is the best track, but what I will say is the hook may be just enough to get it to go TikTok viral. And with that, it will develop some streams, okay? So I hate that sometimes with TikTok that a song that really isn't that great, it may have like a good cute 10 seconds of the song, maybe 30, from the hook or something like that. And that is enough, or maybe just one verse. That's enough for the song to go and give out these false ideas that this song is a actual great song when it's really not, you know. But it does kind of help some of those artists as well. So I'm kind of like, good job in a sense, because y'all still got to pay all that money back that they gave y'all. So if this is one of the ways to do it, hey, congrats, at the same time. So that's what's going on with these two ladies. But best of luck to them. And this track, y'all let me know. Have you heard it? Did you watch the video? How are you feeling about the link up of Latto and Ice Spice? And how are you feeling about the new song? Please leave it down in the comments, honey. Let's keep going because there is more, right? I think that I want to go here with it. Okay. I want to go here with it. Girl, y'all, before we get into it, if you have yet to like the video and you're coming into this video, go ahead and like it up. Go ahead and make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Okay. The way everybody has been on Young Thug's head top, the way that they have been tap dancing on his shoulders and chewing on his neck bone has been comical, I must say. From him being exposed to saying certain things about people in the industry, whether it was Gunna, they've been alleging that he's been out here snitching and stuff. Video has dropped, audio has dropped, and now, unfortunately, Mariah the scientist has got herself caught up in the BS too, child. She done got herself caught up in the BS. I'm not gonna play the audio, but what I will say is this. I'll give y'all a breakdown for the people that don't know. Young Thug's audio call with his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist, was leaked. On this call, he talks about Glow, right? I'm not sure how old this video was, right? And it could have been back when Glow may have been a little rough, right? Before she may have gotten a little bit of teeth work done, before she may or may not have gotten a nose job. I don't know. I think she may have gotten a little bit of a nose job. Before she got her breasts done, before she glowed up literally, right? Maybe this is when he was saying some of the things that he said, or maybe it was last year after Glow kind of did some of this work, to herself and glowed up, right? So he is talking about her and saying how all these guys think that she's so attractive, and I don't think that she's that attractive, and she not that cute. And then you got Mariah on the phone saying, "Oh, the people are saying that she's like she look like Rihanna." He was like, "Yeah, no, she look like Brianna," and I'm like, "Sir, you of all people shouldn't be putting your mouth on nobody." Okay? And I'm not talking about literally putting your mouth on them, kissing them. I'm talking about speaking ill of. You over here acting like you just the finest man walking. And that is not the case. All right. But hey, everybody gonna have opinions. Regardless of what we look like, everybody gonna have opinions. And guess what? Everybody's gonna be appealing and not appealing to other folks, right? So he's on this call, and Mariah is kind of like giving her 2 cents and saying what she says to him and stuff. And I definitely felt two ways about it, I kind of felt like, dang, I feel like Mariah is in a position where she feels like she has to appease his ego and flatter him and make him feel like, oh yeah, babe, you're right, she's not that attractive. Da, 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 da. But at the same time, it was also given it was given that she may not have wanted to have the conversation, but also took pleasure in the fact that, he's not interested in her because, I look better type of thing. And I feel like other guys are only interested in her because of her success and who she is. So they're acting like they're interested, knowing that they're not. And I feel like that was like also a shot at Glow, but also a shot at the guys too. Like, y'all whack for trying to holler at her knowing y'all not interested, because if she wasn't popping and she was a regular girl, y'all wouldn't look her way. Right? Um yeah, and then I felt like that was, a shot at Glow, because it's like, girl, you ain't all of that. You just got all of this success, and now so everybody on you. So it was giving a little bit of peace. Okay, it was just a little piece, honey. It was giving just a little piece of haterish, But then also, let me say whatever to appease this nigga's ego, because that's how I exist in this relationship, by hyping him up more, making him feel like he's that guy or whatever the case is. So It gave some of that. So once this video, this audio, shall I say, started to go around, and people started to hear about it, of course, it makes its way back to Glow. Glow learns this information, and what Glow had to say was, mind you, this the same, okay, blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is. Laugh my ass off, right? Now, at what point he blew her phone up to ask her about her eye color, I don't know. It could have been after she glowed up. That's what I want to know. When was the audio call? I do want to know that. Will it still matter in the end? Not necessarily, because you still should have never said that about her, right? But that's what ziggers do, and that's what thug do. They run off at their mouth. They just be chatting and talking, talking to their girl like they home girl, just like, straight female. But anyway, that's what happened. So then Thug goes on to, once it came out, he immediately tries to apologize to her. He says, Glow, first of all, I'm sorry to you for my words, and I honestly don't think you're ugly at all. I was speaking from jail, just having a hard time with the life. And that's possible too, but I also feel like you meant what you said. Okay, when you ain't happy, you want to make sure you just say some of the craziest, right? He says, I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin. Baby, when he put this twin up here, somebody else made a tweet and said, so you still calling her ugly, twin? So you still saying she ugly? The way I fell out, because the internet is tough. You guys are really, really tough. I tell ya, it's a mess out here. But yeah, I think that wasn't cool. I think that wasn't cool. And I feel like they have more video, they have more audio between Mariah and between this man. And Mariah, baby, I don't know what else you contributed to. I don't know what else you hyped up, made him think it was cool, but they gonna drop that. And I hate that for you, considering the fact that you just recently dropped a project, I do believe. She just recently dropped a project, or at least, or it's coming out, one or the other. Either she dropped it already or it's on its way, but I do believe that it's already out. And I'm like, girl, I hope that don't make people, turn folks off from you, because you over here entertaining this man as he's talking about somebody else. Now, granted, she wasn't expecting nobody else to really hear that call, or expecting her calls to be leaked. You know what I'm saying? But she was just over there just chatting. So I don't know if she genuinely felt the same way as him, or what, but that's what's going on. And people also highlighted the fact that you over there letting your man talk shit about Glow, but Glow also allowed you to come out for one of her sets, right? When she was at a concert, she brought you out. Whole time, you don't even think that, she cute. Or at least your man don't, and you ain't had nothing to say about it. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that too, because some people may feel like, well, hey, she was having a private conversation with her guy. So that's between them. A lot of people have private conversations with their partners, not expecting it to get out. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Right? Are you going to judge her and feel like she wrong as hell? Or are you going to be understanding to the fact that, oh, she was just on the phone with her guy, so it is what it is. That's what people do. I don't know. Leave your thoughts down below on that matter at hand. And as we speak on Glow, I definitely want us to talk about the big three, right? Y'all know Cardi B is dropping her album soon this month, and she sat down with Billboard where the conversation came up about the big three. So there's a series of things that I want us to get into. First, we're going to get into Cardi B's video where she talked about the big three. People are believing the big three is Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and Miss Megan Thee Stallion. So there's been a bit of debate, and we're going to play a clip from Breakfast Club where they're saying that they feel like Glow should be in that top three somewhere, right? And I'll tell you guys what it is that I think and who I think should be in that three. So let us go ahead and get this video up so that we can talk about this. So let's check it out.
I said it, earlier. 5 #1 singles, 13 top 10, Grammy Award winning. Everybody was talking about the big three, and then there's the big three, of course, on the female side, you, Nicki, Meg. Knowing your accomplishments, even without album #2, why are you still in the big three of female rap?
It just because I feel it's because I do my job well. I do my job well. Like, I do music very well. I take my time with music. Clearly, you can see I take my time with music. it's just something you gotta ask the fans.
Yeah.
Like there's so many that come, there's so many that goes, and it's just like I'm still here. I don't know. I feel like I took a whole year. But damn, when was the last time I practically put a single? Like it was, I think I was.
Like what was?
Yeah, like what?
Red wig kicking down to my knees. It's your birthday, but they talking about me.
I was like 2 months pregnant with my daughter. My daughter's about to be a year old. So it's like, we just gotta ask the fan, like, why me? Why y'all love me so much? Why y'all love my music so much? Y'all could downplay it. Y'all could downplay my accent. I don't know if because of my accent sometimes, but I really put a lot of thought in my stuff, and I really put a lot of time in it too. Like, I don't like to halfway anything. I don't like to half-ass nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay, so that's what Cardi had to say about her being a part of the big three. And like I said, the people are believing the big three: Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, as well as Megan Thee Stallion. Well, now I want us to hear exactly what it is the Breakfast Club had to say about the matter. So let us get into that.
Enough, right? In the written Billboard article, they also get into the big three conversation, and the names mentioned were Cardi, Nicki Minaj, and Meg Thee Stallion. Cardi talks about why she deserves to be there. She says she works hard, but I've thought about that conversation.
Glorilla
And
big three as far as what, female rappers?
yes,
right
the
now?
big three of female rappers. And now here's some names that have been tossed around.
And Glorilla's in the big three.
Yeah,
Don't kiss
Glorilla
my-
now.
They said
Okay.
so.
I don't know
Brandon
who
was
y'all-
saying
I don't know how
Glorilla
y-
too.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all mixing it up. I just know Glorilla in there.
Glorilla should be there.
Certified big three of this generation.
How y'all feel about Doja Cat and Lotto?
Not so much
I
anymore.
like both of them.
Where they been at? That's what where they been at. I mean, a lot of
Doja
been
Cat.
living her life and doing her thing. You know, I haven't seen Doja at all.
She just did a run with Apple Music. She's about to drop something.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
cool. I'll be there listening. But
Nicki's definitely in
Yeah,
there.
Nicki is like you're not moving her.
And
Her
then-
or Cardi, you're not moving them.
And
I don't know why
then it's
people argue
Glorilla then. Big Glow.
over Meg Thee
Yeah.
Stallion.
Yes.
Glorilla,
yeah,
are you
definitely
crazy?
Glow over
I'm asking.
Meg.
I
Glow's
feel
been
like
consistent. She's been putting up hits,
Yeah.
Yes.
records on
Meg's not
radio.
consistent.
At one point, Megan was consistent. At
But not
one point,
recently.
yes. I mean, yeah, she's more branding. Like that, she does more branding now.
I
like
agree.
and less freestyle. Remember, she used to stay freestyles, dropping singles, hits, whatever. You know what I mean? But she was consistent more of a rap
By
at
the
one
way,
point.
none of them have more records than Glorilla.
No.
None of them.
And Glow
I mean
don't
that
miss.
respectfly. None of them put out better music than
none of them?
Glorilla.
you
Yeah.
talking about
ask
Nicki
me,
Minaj too.
all of them.
Everybody.
My personal
that's
opinion.
a big okay.
Okay? This is my personal opinion.
Glow don't
Charlamagne
miss.
the God. Okay?
She
Glow
don't
ain't
miss.
missing
Over Nicki Minaj, Glorilla over Nicki Minaj.
I said what I said.
I heard you and I thought it was the list. I couldn't hear well. I just was confused.
Okay?
I love Glow, but I don't know if I would put her over Nicki Minaj. Love her though.
No. This is what I'm saying. I said at this current moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
ain't-
current song.
ain't
Oh, yeah, I was about to
nobody
say.
putting
All
out
right,
better
yes.
music than
I'm just
Glorilla.
going through Nicki's
Yeah.
records, and I'm like,
I get what
she
you were
got
saying.
a lot of
though.
records, but
Yeah, like,
currently,
right now,
right now, nobody's trying
Glow
Glorilla's
is
shoes. Yeah.
soaring. Yeah,
Nobody
Yeah.
right now.
She
no.
up there by herself.
and she don't stop. Every time it's a new one. It's a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthems.
And I mean, I can put Glorilla's catalog up against Nicki's.
No.
I think that's a good one. Yes, absolutely. Glorilla got joints.
She does have joints.
Yeah, she does have joints, but
Does
yo,
she have as many,
she
though, as
ain't
Nicki?
got
Yes,
enough
Glorilla
work
got a
put
lot
in
of
yet.
music. You got to think Glorilla just put out her debut album last year, but she's got a bunch of mixtapes
She did-
that are like albums.
Okay.
Like you got to think all of that FNF and Tomorrow, that was on mixtapes. Those were mixtape projects.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think she's been around
Long enough.
long
If we
enough
just
to,
talk-
to go
she's
to,
not-
to
she-
put
she
her
does not-
catalog
she
up
does
against
not have
Nicki.
the she does not have the catalog Nicki has.
If we just talking music,
Yeah.
I'm just talking about music. I
Yes.
ain't talking about nothing else because we know Nicki's a huge superstar.
Yeah,
and all
I'm
that
talking
stuff.
about- I'm talking
If we just
about
talk about
music,
music, I could put Glorilla's catalog.
Nah,
up.
Okay.
I don't
That's
think
his
that.
opinion.
I
That's
think
cool.
Nicki.
I feel like I understand what Charlamagne is trying to convey. I wanted to check something out.
I said it, earlier. 5 #1 singles, 13 top 10, Grammy Award winning. Everybody was talking about the big three, and then there's the big three, of course, on the female side. You, Nicki.
Boom. Okay. So going back to Charlamagne talking about Glorilla, like I understand what he's trying to say, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of disagree, with Glow being a part of the big three at this time. But I don't know. My thoughts are all over the place because some part of me is like, if you feel like Glow don't have enough songs to go against Nicki, then that means Cardi doesn't have enough songs to go against Nicki in my personal right. because Nicki has been out much longer. Nicki has put out more projects, and Nicki likely has done more features. But at the same time, Cardi has been very successful with her Grammys, with whatever diamond, platinum certifications, whatever she has. So I feel like because of that, and I do believe Nicki has platinum, and I think she has diamond as well. So it's like, I feel like because of that, I wouldn't put Glow in that category just yet. Right? Just yet. Because I think that she is like, she's on her way though, for sure. And I don't even know if Glow wants to be in that category like that, but she does wants to be recognized. Of course, she ain't doing this for nothing. But if it came down to it, I probably would put Doja up there. I feel like, of course, like I agree with Lauren. Nicki and Cardi are solidified. You're not removing them. I don't care what you do, how you feel. The success Cardi had off of one album, listen, it's crazy. That one album, that first album was so amazing. Like it's crazy, right? So I do feel like Nicki and Cardi are solidified, right? Who's next? I would say would be between Doja and Megan Thee Stallion. At least those are my thoughts. It's gonna be up to those two ladies. You know, girl, I had to slide over here and ask chat just a second, right? I asked a question. It gave me a lot of information, but the thing that I'm going to focus on here is who's leading in sales and certifications. Doja has the highest total certified units between Doja, Megan, and Glorilla. Megan, strong, consistent, right, in certification. She has 22 gold songs, plus she has platinum albums and all of that. Then they have Glorilla. She's an emerging star with several certifications, right? What those certifications are, I'm not sure just yet, but I don't know. Y'all let me know, because a lot of you guys may put Glow up there in that number, just like Charlemagne would, right? But I don't know. I think Glow is definitely the it girl right now. I think give her some time and she will be, but I don't see Megan slowing down either. She may take a pause, just like Doja. Doja may take a pause, but they're gonna get right back. So I don't know. I would have thought that Glow would. I'm not Glow, but let me go back actually. So Glorilla has recent RIAA certifications for a few songs, but I'm not really seeing anything else. But she do got some hits though. I'm gonna give her that. Megan, certified songs, she got 22. They're either gold or higher. She has platinum albums from my understanding. You have Doja, who got 13 multi-platinum singles, right? She's the most multi-platinum certified female rapper, is what I'm seeing. And she has a lot. She got a lot going on. Okay. So all of these ladies really could fill in that third spot. And when it comes to the big three, it could be, all of them could fill that in. But I will say, what is not a question in my personal is that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are in that big three, period. Who the other ones are, I don't know. I could see it being Megan, but then I also could see it being Doja. Not necessarily saying it could be Glow yet, but she's getting there. But y'all let me know. How y'all feeling about that? Who is the big three when it comes to y'all? All right. And no, it does not count if you try to say, oh, Nika, Nicki, Tanya. That does not count. Okay. It does not count if you say Nicki, oh, Nika, Miss Petty. That don't work. Okay. That does not work. Miss Minaj, Miss Mirage, that don't work. Okay. And she can only go up one time. So you don't have to like Miss Girl, but you're going to have to give the other girl her things. All right. So those are the two. Like them or not, Nicki and Cardi are definitely in the big three, period. And then who else would you put between Doja, Megan, and Glow? All right. Leave your thoughts down below. Lastly, I do want to talk about this documentary. And this documentary, child, was a mess. So the documentary is called Unknown Number. And it's basically about these high school students who started to randomly, out of the blue, get text messages from someone pretty much harassing them. All right. It was this young girl and her boyfriend that got a lot of messages with somebody harassing them. The person would really say some vulgar stuff. All right. They would talk about how her little cootie wasn't enough for his little eggplant. Okay, you don't know how to give him head, this, that, and it's crazy because I think it started when they were like 13 years old. So why should she be doing those type of things at that young age anyway? So y'all just gotta go. I'm not gonna fill in all the blanks for y'all. You have to go and watch the documentary yourself over on Netflix. But I am gonna give a spoiler alert. So if you want to hop off the video, now will be your time, okay? Because this will likely be the last thing that I discuss. All right. So with these text messages, they went all around the damn town, child, throughout the school, trying to figure out who is sending these messages. I do believe the messages stopped at one point, but then the messages picked back up. The girl and the little girl and her boyfriend were dating for some time. Eventually, they broke up with each other. I think that's when the messages may have stopped because it started to take a toll on their both of their mentals and their relationship. So they figured, well, you know what? Hey, if we break up, at least that's what the guy was thinking. If I break up with you, maybe it'll stop all of this. So they broke up, stopped talking. It kind of ended for a little bit. I do believe he went on to find somebody else to date, and then the messages came right on back. It started to be more harassing and stuff. So finally, after the police tried to investigate, they eventually got with some other, agent. They were able to dig through the files and find a number that related back to a person that was very close to this daughter, to this girl. And who it ended up being was her motherfucking mama. That raggedy bitch. It ended up being her mother that was harassing her and her boyfriend via text message, okay? It ended up being her mother that would say some of the most vulgar, nasty, disgusting sexual things to children. The mom did go on to get, I think, like maybe a year and a half or 2 or maybe 3 max of years in prison, right? But then she was able to come out and still have a normal life, so much so y'all put this bitch in the damn documentary, and she got the audacity to sit up here and cry and be emotional. First of all, the mama was a compulsive liar. She lied about a lot of stuff, right? When the police came to confront her about the news, she tried to lie and act like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, girl, we did all our research, BIT, it's you. We need you to tell us what's tea, right? Get inside. She finally kind of tells them some of the truth. The husband shows up and she don't want to tell the husband the truth. Finally tells the husband the truth. Husband's pissed. He like, she gonna have to go. She needs her ass gonna have to get the fuck out of here today. She got to go because I'm gonna hurt this bitch, or we all gonna get hurt up in this. So she gonna have to go, right? So he's upset. The daughter is learning that the person that's been harassing you all of this time has been your fucking mama, right? They getting ready to take her to jail at some point. She not wanting to leave her daughter over there stroking her daughter's hair and all of this weird shit. The daughter just sitting there, and it was just real awkward. So I'm going to try and play some clips. Let me hop over here on the TikTok, okay? And we're going to get into some of the things. Let me see what this person has to say first.
Understand why Kendra was in the documentary? Let me break it down for you. Kendra's own family member told us if she was here while I was filming this interview, she'd be standing right there dancing, trying to get everyone's attention. How do you think this woman felt for 22 months when she was harassing children via text message and the whole town was up in arms looking for who it could be? You just know that she thrived.
And let me pause right here. The whole town was looking for who it could be. Meanwhile, the fucking mama is going over there on Facebook, leaving statuses talking about how her daughter has been so stressed out. Who's behind these messages? This is what my daughter's going through, and she's dealing with this and she's dealing with that. Whole time, BITCH, you're contributing to it. She said she knew what her daughter's insecurities were, and she played on her daughter's insecurities as a fucking mom. Are you okay? You're not okay. The way that she would sit in the interview and kind of like laugh and have these awkward smiles and stuff, like that lady is she mentally has something going on with her for real. She would lie to the husband, had the husband thinking she had 2 jobs that she about never had. Okay. She was supposed to be paying bills and stuff, ended up getting them evicted. What happened to these 2 jobs you say you got? The husband thought she about was over there cheating on him. Whole time you just fucked and married a weirdo. Okay, it's crazy.
All of the work and the energy that people were putting towards figuring this out for her own child, and she channeled that energy into wanting to text more. She could have stopped at any point. 22 months until she got caught. Now she's in her own Netflix documentary where she literally sits down and admits to being the worst mom ever. And I'm sorry, but to the documentarians, the producers, the director, like, to cut it like this, like, oh, it's a big gotcha to the audience because we've been interviewing her the whole time. You did not take this case serious enough. This woman was harassing children, and the documentary made it feel like goofy. Speaking explicitly with kids, imagine if this was a man, he would not be featured in the documentary. Please let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you don't understand why Kendra was.
Listen, she ain't lying. They definitely it was giving goof troop for damn sure. All right. The moment Lauren found out her mama was her bully. Look at her mama. Look at her. Bitch. I mean, girl. Oh, this lady pissed me off. This little girl is just being told that your mama did this to you. And the mama gets up, grabs her, pretends to console her, lay her damn head on her head in order for her daughter to not be mad with her or something. Like, I don't know. This is giving another manipulative, controlling tactic from the damn mama. I see somebody in the comments over here says the daughter is disassociating so bad and the mom is so unconnected. It's insane. The daughter's not disassociating. That damn daughter been disassociated. Okay? That's the first thing you need to understand. She's been disassociated. When the daddy started going off on the damn mama, the girl sitting there like it's normal. I also question whether she knew her mom could have possibly been the one texting it, because I feel like for you to do this for 22 months, almost 2 years, leaves me to believe that you've slipped up a few times. You may have ended up mentioning things that you probably were never even shown in the messages. And I'm sure that little girl at some point got an inkling, like, I wonder if it could be my mom. But nah, my mom wouldn't do that. I don't know. My mom, nah. Yeah, because this lady had you fooled. Weirdo, bitch. Talking about she don't want to leave her daughter. I don't want to leave my daughter. I don't want to leave her. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Like, what? You never care. You want to stun this damn girl.
The messages weren't really targeted at her insecurities.
The messages weren't really targeted at her insecurities. But you said also in the documentary that you knew what her insecurities were. And you focused on that. Like, hello? Can y'all lock her back up, please?
Are you sending these messages to yourself? That very well, possibly.
And that's another thing that pissed me the fuck off with this lady. She would not fully admit. She would sit up there and say, that possibly happened. Yeah, I may have done that. That could have been the reason. It's like she's still trying to act like what she did was not bad. Like, it's giving psychopath. It's giving psychopath for sure. She's still acting like what she did wasn't as harmful. Still wanting to have access and still communicate and talk to her daughter. This is one of those people that really be like, she's just the enemy. She's an enemy. She doesn't like her daughter. In my personal, I think she's very jealous of her daughter. She's one of those people that want to keep you close so she can keep tabs on you in an effort to manipulate and control you, because she deep down inside knows exactly who and what you can be in this life, in this world, and she wants to prevent you from being just that. And if you think those messages stopped as her dumbass has gotten out of prison because she has not gotten her mind right, okay, in the proper way, she's going to show up with the same tactics in a different way. What that's going to be, what that's going to look like, I don't know. She might fuck around and start writing and sending you damn letters when you go off to college. Ain't no telling. She going to try to do things that's going to make it more untraceable for her. So she thinks, like she tried to do this time with her fake ass. Girl, pack this bitch up.
Because I was way too thin. The messages.
And then she wants to talk about how she was sexually assaulted as a child herself. Like, you speaking about your own stuff. Girl, we hear about what you did to your daughter. I can't. And child, I can't. The way y'all sit up here mocking this lady. The way y'all over here mocking this woman is insane. And I knew it was an adult the entire time. I knew that it was an adult that did this, but I did not know that it was going to be her mother. Because the reason I didn't think it was her mom was because they literally had her in the damn documentary. And I'm like, well, she's in the documentary. It couldn't have been her mama, because if it was her, then they probably would not have had her in the damn doc. Okay, let me check this other video out real quick. Not sure.
So Owen had asked me like a couple of times about it, and like I kind of just... So Owen had asked asked me like a couple of times about it. Oh, in the movie.
Okay, I hate when stuff like this. There we go.
I'm sorry. You guys are gonna think I'm a crazy lady.
Yeah, bitch, we do think that you're a crazy lady. Absolutely.
Something might come up that could help pinpoint, where they were originating from.
They were originating from you.
Weirdo.
Something might come up that could help pinpoint, where they were originating from.
They were.
Oh, right. It sounds like she was saying the dad could help get an understanding of where they were originating from, and the whole time they was coming from your ass. Girl, I cannot. If y'all don't go watch the documentary, it's probably like an hour and a half, if that. It won't take up too much of your time, honey. Go check it out and then, get on her head top a little later. But that's all that I got for you guys at this time. I thank you all so much for being here. Be sure to like up the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me over on Instagram and all the social media. I am JamiThatsMe. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agents. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel the pool, we gon' make them swim, nigga.